Welcome to this special edition of the Green Wave Report, day 12 of Tulane spring football practice. I'm Doug Joubert. A comfortable morning greeted Green Wave football players in Yellman Stadium with temperatures around 66 degrees, plenty of sunshine to spread around. Among those in attendance, over 3 dozen possible high school recruits and their families. Most of the parents were sitting in the shady east side of Yellman. We saw some of the walking wounded who are recovering this spring in preparation for the opening of fall practice. Last year's breakout freshman running back Jamari McClure was in attendance today, along with the American Conference Championship Game MVP, safety Jack Chinchu. Both of them were in practice shirts to observe today's mini scrimmage. Practice started with the offense running schemes and practicing and warming up in the north end zone. The defense doing the same, but in the south end zone. 3 mini scrimmages were held throughout the morning as the team worked on various schemes and plays. While the Wave worked on their various plays, officials were on hand to work on their positioning and calls. A full complement of zebras were spotting the ball and calling for downs and distance and penalties and kicks. Still not dressed out in pads, senior wideout Garrett Mamahat, who's nursing a tweaked hamstring. 3 of the 6 quarterbacks wore the red "Don't Hit Me" jerseys. Caden Samanza, Zion Chris Gremion, and Cade Scott. Scott is nursing a little bit of a sore shoulder right now. No filming was allowed again today, except during the stretching, which is boring. So no B-roll for you to see in the background again this time. We start with mini scrimmage number 1. The Wave offense rotated through 5 of the 6 quarterbacks, each offensive possession starting between the 25 and 30-yard line. The defense owned the day early. The first 6 possessions were 3 and out for Tulane offense. With Samanza starting the 7th possession, running back Mo Turner broke a draw play for a 14-yard pickup up the middle for the first down for the first one of the day for the offense. Turner followed that with a catch in the flat on an outlet pass from Samanza that got it down to the defense's 40-yard line, but 2 plays later, Samanza threw an underneath pick that stopped the drive. Zion showed some good moves on an option play to the right, bursting through a seam off tackle and picking up 10 yards. He's still not 100%. He followed that with 2 straight completions down to the defense's 41-yard line. The offense ran out of steam from there, attempting a 4th and 6 with the pass falling incomplete short of the 30-yard line. After a very slow start, the offense seemed to find its rhythm toward the end of the first 35-minute period. The offense is placing running backs in positions all over the field, including the slot, the backfield, and the wide receiver. We talk with some of our guys a little bit later on. Mini scrimmage number 2. Coaches put a minute 40 on the clock with the offense starting at its own 30. Jay Beeman at quarterback. The D-line showed up again, getting a sack and a loss on a running play. After a timeout by the offense, it faced a 4th and 10 at the 25. Pressure up the middle again by the defense forced a sack. Zion got his turn at the same scenario. 2 short completions to LSU transfer Destin Hill, picks up a first down. Then a slant to tight end Ty Thompson, gets the ball to the defense's 34. The clock is running now this entire time, stopping only for first downs or for plays out of bounds. A draw play and a short out pass stops the clock with 36 seconds to go at the defense's 24. Another draw, DJ Duger gets the ball to the 16. Incomplete pass stops the clock for 13 seconds. A dart to Hill gets the ball to the 4 with 7 seconds to go. And on first to goal, Mo Turner gets the handoff and runs it over the right side for the touchdown. The halftime shows between each period featured one of the 2 available place kickers attempting various field goals anywhere from 30 to 45 yards. Jalen Lucas is a dynamic player. He can make large moves in a small area and explode out of nowhere. Wide receiver Destin Hill is not afraid to catch the ball in traffic, has shown excellent hands in this scrimmage. Mo Turner looks like he's back to his old self, making quick slide moves here and there and to either side. And DJ Duger would just as soon run over you as run around you. And Johnny Daniels, excellent hands, superb ball security. In comes mini scrimmage number 3. Freshman Trace Johnson takes over at quarterback. He drives the offense down to the 15-yard line where a vicious hit on a tackle sends him temporarily to the sideline. Johnson comes back in, though, and comes up short, though, of a first down. The offense settles for a 34-yard field goal. The next possession belongs to Samanza. This time, the ball is placed at the offense's 47-yard line. A crossing route to Zy Carl Lewis puts the ball at the defense's 39. Wide receiver screen to Hill picks up a first down to the defense's 21. Offense stalled inside the 15 with less than a minute to go and had to settle for a 35-yard field goal. There is no doubt right now that the Tulane secondary has taken a step from last year. The defensive backs play very physical, and except for a few coverage mistakes, they don't allow a lot of space between themselves and the receivers. Today, interviews with head coach Will Hall, along with linebacker Mikai Williams and running back Mo Turner.
Yeah, number one, I think we came out healthy for the most part. I don't think anybody went down with like a bad injury.
Right.
I thought the defense came out with a lot of effort and intensity. Mm-hmm. Really disappointing the offense's execution early on. We haven't really had a day like that, and we did today. Yeah. Now, obviously, Coach Callaway was not here because of the birth of his child last night. So congrats to him. From what we've heard, everything's good and healthy, and he'll be back with us as soon as possible. But had his third child last night. So, but we just didn't execute early on. A lot of missed assignments, a lot of missed eyes with the quarterback, a lot of not looking in the windows with the wideouts. Had 2 drop balls that were conversions for first downs. So a lot of, just not a well-played day offensively. Now, I was pleased with the response. I thought the 2-minute drive by Zion was awesome. That was just a great drive. Thought our kickers kicked the ball well. But I thought our defense tackled well today. Outside of Maurice Turner, who made a lot of people miss, who's had a phenomenal spring, I thought our defense really tackled well today. Yeah. He is, man. Those backs, Coach Hayes doing a great job with them. They run through the smoke. They run through traffic. All 4 of them had great springs, and then you get Jamari back in the fall, and it's fun. It's fun to watch them. But Mo has been. Like I've said a bunch of times, Mo was arguably the best player on offense last year at the start of the season. We lost him, and now to have him back in his leadership and the way he's grown has been fun to watch.
It seemed like the offense did find its rhythm later on, and that had to be a positive, right?
Yeah, you want to see response, because things aren't going to always go good in football or life. So are you going to, just sit there and accept it, or are you going to make the changes and respond the way that you need to respond to get what you want to get? And so I thought I did like the response somewhat for the offense. I tell you another young man that's playing good is Dagan Bruno. Like Dagan Bruno's a young man that brings it every day and is playing well. Also had some good drives in there today, some good runs, and really accurate throwing. And, so that's good to see too. Yeah, when he's live, he's just a dynamic runner. He wasn't live today, but you can see it. He's a weapon that we've obviously got to utilize. Those wideouts are coming on. Like I said, early on, the quarterbacks and the wideouts will tell you we left some things out there with the quarterback's eyes sometimes, and sometimes with the receiver's eyes. And, man, that's not been an issue. We've got to fix that immediately. That was disappointing. But, like I said, I thought we responded. We made some tough catches. We had 2 big drops, that were probably third down conversions. But, hit old Ty Thompson right off the bat to start the day. He's been a weapon. He also had a drop late that he'll take ownership for. But kind of a herky-jerky day offensively, but that's a lot of credit to how hard we played on defense, because when you play that hard and you tackle that well, you make the offense snap it again, and you give them an opportunity to mess up. I thought situationally, defensively, we played well. Like down in the red zone, we forced field goals for the most part, and I thought we handled all that good.
Defensive secondary seemed to be like an extra layer of skin on the receivers. They were really guarded close.
I thought they played the situation well. Like they guarded close when it was a deny the ball situation. So 3rd and medium, down in the red zone on base downs, 1st and 10, we denied the ball. And then when it was long yardage, I thought we did a good job of getting our eyes back. Like one time on a 3rd and long in the red zone, there was a double move, a slant and go, and Shine didn't jump it. He stayed back because he understood the situation. And that's something we're really harping on in our team meetings, is knowing the down and distance, knowing the situation, and what justifies a win and a loss. Because it's 1st and 10 on the first play of the game, a 5-yard gain is a win for the offense. But as on 3rd and 10, a 5-yard gain is not a win for the offense. And understanding that throughout our program is something that, I put a big emphasis on every day, and it's filtering throughout our team, I think. I hope it is.
I really like the speed we were playing at, and it kind of felt like after we got to a hot start, we just started playing off each other a lot more. We kind of understood where everybody was at, it's really kind of hard to explain, but it's almost like when you're in the mode, you're in the mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But other than that, of course, there's always things to improve on. But the biggest thing that I saw in that break that we had was just our speed, our effort, our tackling got so much better than it did last year. Now we need to still improve on that, but as far as where we are versus where we are now versus where we were last year, completely different ball game.
I told Will earlier, it seemed like the defensive secondary, which you're in front of, but still the defensive secondary was like an extra coat of paint on the receivers, dude. They were covering them hard. What was going on there? Is that something that you guys been working on? And
oh yeah, I mean we added so many great players to the back end. Like we do have one of the best back ends in the country, DBs in the country, and I'll say that with my full heart. And the amount of effort and the amount of time they spend up here watching film, after practice and all that, like that's just something you don't see everywhere. And I'm super proud of them for that. And you can see that as we continue, it's just paying off.
what was going on during those first 9 possessions where they couldn't even find a crease when they were trying to run? What was going on defensively for you guys?
We were just locked in. Everybody did their job, not doing too much. And that's one of the things that Coach Polk tries to preach. You know, when somebody tries to make up for somebody else, you know, if you're supposed to fit the A gap, fit the A gap. If you're supposed to fit the B gap, fit the B gap. Once you got people trying to do other people's jobs and, you know, trying to read out their gaps and trying to make a play, that's when eventually the offense is going to find it. You know what I mean? And I think the first 9 possessions that they had, a lot of our guys was just, we fit the A gap, we fit the B gap, we fit the C gap, and so on. There was nowhere to go.
How good do you think that group is?
That group, as a linebacker, it's kind of hard to praise them so much, you know what I mean? But they are a special group, you know what I mean? And when Jamari gets back, they're the most versatile group that I've seen in a very long time, you know, just across the board. You got guys that can run downhill. You got guys who you can put on slot, you know what I mean? And that just allows versatility for the offense and mismatching and all that stuff. When you're trying to put a linebacker on, you know, Mo, all that stuff.
Good
so,
luck.
it's great.
And on the second scrimmage now, how did you feel with it? It seemed a little bit slow in the very beginning for the offense. Tell us a little bit about what was going on in the beginning.
Yeah, I was frustrated. We had a lot of guys, you know, making a lot of mistakes, and that's typically how a game goes. Like, if one side of the ball is not doing good, it's not more so the defense stopping us, is that we're stopping ourselves, just having a lot of mental mistakes out there, having guys just running the wrong things, like on certain plays. So that's why we started off slow.
But it changed. I mean, you guys found your rhythm in that second mini scrimmage, didn't you?
Yeah, once we stopped starving ourselves, really, and just do what we do and communicate and having each individual player doing their job, then we can be dangerous.
Finally got a back-to-back touchdowns. Let's talk about that.
I was just excited to help, you know, get an offensive spark, you know, just get the guys going. That's really my main thing. I want other guys to step up and allow the offense to continue to make plays, not just me individually, but having the receivers, tight ends, quarterbacks, you know. Just love to see them guys out there making plays too.
What do you feel like is the key for improvement for the offense down the road?
Just eliminating the mental mistakes. That's really all that is.
Yeah.
We have the talent out there. We have the play call and the coaching staff and the players. Just eliminate mental mistakes, and we can go a long way.
You feeling good about the flow right now, or are you saying, okay, we need to improve on besides mental mistakes? We have to improve on this and this and this. What are you thinking?
I would say improve on coming from the running back room, just staying consistent, and receivers just looking from the outside in, even though I'm not in those rooms, in the rooms with the receivers or other guys besides the running backs, just contested catches and staying on blocks of the O-line, you know, communicating like with push calls and when we see a looper, just everybody communicating and being on the same page. That's all we got to be.
There's plenty of other action to be had in all 3 scrimmages, so please go to our website, si.com/college/Tulane to get more. We'll be back on Monday with our regular edition of the Green Wave Report at 4 o'clock. I'm Doug Joubert.